recording. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Hello, we're the Reactors. I'm Abrielle. I said, are you ready? You said yes. I don't know why you're laughing.
Okay.
Oh, I have to introduce this. Okay, so this is what nobody understands about Ken of SB19, so graciously created by Casual Chuck. He is awesome. Thank you. So we'll be learning more about Ken.
Let's go. Okay, let's go.
Sino ang pinaka-spoiled sa grupo?
Ken?
Sino ang makakalimutan? Hindi bang patapos na, nagkamali pa siya.
Aw.
Bakit naman Ken? Bakit si Ken? Bakit si Ken?
Please stop it.
Did you say please stop it?
We might have to go fight some people.
Ken is, in my opinion, the most successful idol in K-pop history. Most fans see him as someone who's living the life most of us can only
right?
dream of. But in reality, there's a lot more going on behind all the glitz and glamour. So in today's video, we will reveal the challenges he had to go through just to get where he is today. From being a scrawny kid who only ate instant noodles on his birthdays, to becoming the CEO of his own company. I know, Ken's story is like a definition of rags to riches. And the haters are not having it. He quickly became one of the most polarizing figures in the P-pop industry. But before we talk about all that, let's talk about his humble beginnings because it's straight up inspiring.
Oh, it's crying.
It all started in Pagadian, Zamboanga del Sur. This is the countryside where Felipe John Suson was raised. His mom wanted to name him Kenji, but his grandpa Felipe insisted to name him Philip. He was the youngest member of a family that barely had anything financially. They were very poor that instead of a cake on his birthday, all he gets is a plate of instant noodles. Life was so hard that having fried chicken was heaven for him, so it quickly became his all-time favorite. Because of this, both of his parents had to go overseas to find better paying jobs to support the education of Ken and his older sister. He had to be taken under the care of his grandparents. He then grew up in a church and his grandpa was the pastor. He was just a scrawny kid who likes mathematics and discovered drawing as his first talent. So he went on to become an editorial cartoonist in school. Family gatherings in the Philippines always require a karaoke machine. And Kent's extended family wasn't a stranger to that. He used to hide during these occasions because he was always asked to sing. I was told by some sources that Ken had a very good singing voice as a kid but lost his confidence when puberty hit because it gave him an ultra deep voice which turned out to become one of his greatest assets in the future because of the dude named Pablo.
I never thought na may mga tao talaga makapag-appreciate ng voice ko. Kasi hindi ako ganoon ka confident sa
Bro, your
ko.
voice?
Yung range ko mababa lang, tapos malalim yung boses ko. Ngayon, parang naging na-appreciate ko na yung boses ko dahil may mga tao na ka-appreciate na. Nice.
Anyway, his newfound love for music got him to learn his first musical instrument without anyone teaching him.
Oh, wow.
So he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but later fixed it as he learned more. He was also active in sports, representing his school in regional tournaments. He played some table tennis and sepak takraw as a spiker. For those who don't know, this position requires exceptional skills to perform explosive jumps to block and spike the ball. The teacher saw this as a potential that can translate into good dancing, so he was offered to join the dance club for better grades. He was hesitant at first, but when he tried, you'll know what happened next. Watching his early clips feels like he was born to dance. He was even hired by his school to choreograph some dance routines. He then moved to Cagayan de Oro to study architecture in college.
Wow.
He became a member of the dance crews called Excite, GA7, and Amigo 7. These last two crews were so good, in fact, Ken had a crewmate named Joshua who went on to become a member of a successful international idol group in the future called Z-Boys. They were beating everybody in the countryside, so there was no point in competing there anymore. It was time for the big leagues. They got invited to join major K-pop dance competitions.
Oh, wow.
And this was the first time when Ken met other SB19 would-be members. Not as brothers, but as enemies. In one particular contest, Josh and Stel's crew defeated Ken's because they already had a GOAT status in the industry at the time. Ken accepted defeat gracefully and even asked to be trained by Josh, which actually surprised him because he thought Ken was a show-off.
Kinausap niya po ako eh. Sabi niya sa akin, Idol Josh. Gano'n mo tawag niya sa akin yun, Idol Josh. Sali naman ako sa ano nyo. Pa-training naman ako sa grupo nyo. Kahit sa gilid lang ako.
But because of their distance, the training together never happened. Ken then went home to continue his studies. Fast forward to 2017, he received a message from Josh. It was an invite to audition for the 5th member spot of SB19.
Oh, wow.
But there's one problem. Ken had no money, so Josh was like, no problem, I'll take care of it. Ken then told his grandma about stopping school to pursue it, and she was very hesitant because she thought it was a scam, and his parents overseas would have automatically said no. But Ken was so close to his grandma that he managed to convince her to go in secret. So our country boy took off to pursue his dreams.
Aww.
He had nothing with him except his
And I
phone,
know what it's used
his
to use.
clothes, and a 1,500 peso
research
pocket money.
purpose.
This time when he arrived at the airport, there was no crew. It was all him. So imagine how that must have felt. Anyway, he took a taxi to SBT Talent Camp and of course, the drivers scammed him. He had to pay 600 pesos for a supposedly 150 peso trip. What a ripoff. Anyway, he finally met Josh and the boys and started training with them for a year while crashing into a distant relative's house to rest up. He slept on the floor, not with a comforter, but a banig. Because if he didn't, he would be homeless. Ken had no salary when he was still training, so he moonlighted as a small-time model to survive.
Oh, wow.
Which is an experience that would play a big role in his future. The dude was literally fighting for his dreams every single day. So here comes 2018 when they finally debuted, and though it was a rocky start, they gradually progressed to become the greatest P-pop group God has ever created. If you want to know more about their story as a group, check out the SB19 story series I made, linked down in the description. You can also join the highest
No,
tier of
they
our channel's
finished
membership
members.
if you're interested to be
That's what
credited
it
as one of the executive producers. So how did Ken become the most polarizing P-pop idol?
I think it's a great idea. House sitters,
Again,
hey,
straight from
we the
school.
house owners get someone to look after our home.
Like, how is
back a
he either
little, though.
obsessively loved by fans or obsessively hated by bashers?
Why?
Be credited as one of the executive producers. So how did Ken become the most polarizing P-pop idol? Like, how is he either obsessively loved by fans or obsessively hated by
How
bashers?
can you hate
Well,
him?
He has this persona of a badass
Jealous.
dude who doesn't give a
That's true.
shit. And if you combine that with one of the many accusations thrown at him, then they got themselves a new P-pop villain in the making. But
Oh.
there's one thing in common between all those issues. They lack evidence. There are a few exceptions though, but you can't say a person is arrogant just because he looks cool and badass. The dude is even a softie. He tends to cry in interviews and emotional moments. His awkwardness as a kid is still there, and this TikTok clip says it all.
Me and you and me, just us and your friend Steve.
He's like Sandy. He's so tired.
Also, you can't just call a person lazy just because you've seen a few clips of him sleeping. I mean, isn't it a result of him working too hard? Being an idol and running your own clothing company at the same time is no joke. The
No.
dude only used to draw this aspiration, but now he made it happen.
That's crazy.
He managed to build a company that sold out merch in just minutes. It's
What?
insane. It's
Wow.
even rumored that his company is now worth more than $1 million. Whether it's true or not, it put an even bigger target on his back. And haters started coming up with even more ridiculous claims, like accusing him of copying 2 K-pop music videos just because they have a similar vibe.
Wait, who?
This was easily
Who would they say? Lies.
have a similar vibe. This was easily debunked though. If you want to check it out, I made a video about it.
I hate when
Link
people
down
do
in the
that.
description. His main dancer position got also heavily criticized because of one single clip of him messing up on live TV. It was unfair in my opinion because Ken has always been consistent in his dance performances, yet the haters suddenly forgot about how good he really is.
Wow.
Ken never fired back. Or did he? So why does the poultry still exist and are still growing in numbers after all the bashing? Well,
Yes,
it's because
poultry.
it doesn't only have the alluring personality, but he also has the capability to back it up. Scratch that. Capabilities. What's crazy about Ken is that he has already shown us enough talent, like his exceptional dancing and singing, that is enough to fulfill a main vocal role.
Can you sing on demand?
Right? Acapella.
Look at my voice though.
Yet he still has a lot of secrets. I'm telling you, man, this guy is a living anime character.
Really though.
Stop asking research questions to ChatGPT. Its answers are not reliable.
It looks so cool.
Have you heard of an idol who is also a CEO? A dancer who is known for his aerial flips but never tells us that he can also breakdance. A singer who writes and co-produces his own songs. A musician that plays guitar, keyboard, drums, and can even beatbox. A fashion influencer. A man who plays sports like basketball, billiards, volleyball, badminton, table tennis, boxing,
Like a
and
wide
sepak
variety.
takraw with decent proficiency,
Here's a hot
a skater boy, an artist, a philanthropist, and most especially, a man of faith. I initially thought that the Superior Sound brand was all about him, but I was quickly proven wrong when I found this Bible verse underneath his Bulan CD, Hebrews 1, 5-14. The entire passage is lengthy, but it all boils down to Christ being the superior of all beings. I mean, all of us have different religions. Some don't even have one. But I just respect people like him who stand firm behind their beliefs.
His brand.
As of today, Ken has established himself as an arguably the most successful P-pop idol and the richest among his co-members. And it's just the beginning. They're still on their way to introducing Filipino music to the world through the US as of the making of this video. And his group SB19 is the first one to ever do it. So what have we learned about Ken's story? For me, it was his persistence and willingness to take risks. Have you ever noticed that sometimes it's your loved ones that said no to your aspirations? Because, they care about you. They don't want you to fail and all that. Do you know how many people have had visions, ideas, and huge career moves that they were about to do, but they allowed the word no to stop them? For all I know, you might be one of those people. The difference with Ken is that he never gave the power to the word no. It was his own grandma who tried to stop him, but he continued. Yes, haters exist, but he didn't reject his own ideas just because they rejected his ideas. Haters hate because they feel small when your ideas start turning into reality. He once said in an interview that success is the best revenge, so he stopped killing them with
I like
kindness. To this day, Ken has been torturing them with success.
I love that. You go, Ken.
That was really nice. I think with all the members we've watched so far, it just goes to show you can have nothing and then have everything.
Yeah.
Once you put in that hard work and persistence like you
Mm-hmm.
said. That's crazy.
Isn't that good?
That was really good.
It just makes me appreciate each member so much more. Everything they've been through and their dreams and going after their dreams. Even when everything was against them. It's just so inspirational. I still can't believe he didn't he wasn't confident about his voice.
Yeah.
His deep voice is not
He didn't like it. Why?
is that not a thing? That people in the Philippines?
No clue.
We love deep voices.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Every man needs that. Or wants that. Sorry. Needs is a little rude. Wants that type of a deep voice.
I feel like that's a universal. Everyone like, well, I guess I can't say it. Can't assume.
Look, I've come across some men. They be looking real manly, but when they talk, it's like a squeaky mouse. I'm like, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. No, honestly, I feel like a good voice is like a turn on for people. At least for me, I think a good voice is, I'm like, oh, okay. And then, the other things come.
Mm-hmm.
But I think voice is important because you're going to hear that for the rest of your life. And if you don't want to hear it, goodbye.
Like, didn't anyone around him, like, when his voice got deeper, be like, dude, you're so lucky. Like, you have a deep voice. Like, oh, I like your voice.
Yeah.
Did no one say that to him?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that wasn't seen that way.
I
Where
know,
he's from.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I think for a man, their voice is a huge asset.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have a deep voice, I'm sorry.
Well, and plus, did it change during puberty?
Yeah, that's what he
So,
said.
like,
it got
was
deeper.
it weird? Was looked at as weird it was so low at 16?
With Sandy.
Like a grown man with a voice like that, but then, like, was it accepted when he was, like, that young?
I would be like, dude, look, you're going to be successful later on. You got
But
a
no
deep
one
voice.
wants that. But it seems like no one, like, really, like,
Who doesn't want a deep
they're
voice?
jealous.
That's true.
They're
Maybe
not-
they were
they
jealous.
They're
Maybe
jealous
they
and
were
do-
jealous because he had a deep voice. And so
They
they
And
were,
they had squeaky mouse voices.
and so they were like, you got a low, ugly voice.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a squeaky high voice like us.
It's always the...
Don't be the mouse, be the tiger.
There you go. It's always the haters that hate who have the insecurity.
That's true, but I just feel so bad for him because his voice is like amazing.
I love his voice, bro. The first time I heard it, I was like, who's that deep voice? It's on record. Go watch our Gento video. You'll hear it.
Gento.
Some of, like, one of the more famous, like, actors in America, some of them, like, a lot of them that do commercials now because they're older, have those, like, a deep voice.
Mm-hmm. Or
It's
they do the
sought out after.
documentaries.
Documentaries.
Yeah, they're like the backing sound
Right.
of the
It's
documentaries.
like, that's, like, sought out.
Voiceovers.
The voice, yeah.
You
Like
know?
like the Animal Planet ones when they're like,
Oh,
and the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
penguin
Yeah.
walked. And
Okay.
Arya, hold on. And they're like, and the penguin walked. But it like if I said it, it's not cool.
Right.
But they said it in a deep voice, so it's like walking penguin.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a walking penguin? No way.
Really?
Really, you're trying to listen to the voice. That's
well,
why
it's
you
like
got
the
it.
guy Star Wars who just died, who played Darth Vader.
Oh yeah.
He did a lot of
Oh,
voiceover
yeah.
stuff. And
And
his voice
Freeman
was
does.
really low.
Freeman does a lot of.
Yes, he does. Mm-hmm.
I love his voice because he does all those Animal Planet Discovery Channel ones.
He's from Electric Company when I was growing up.
Really?
On Channel 11, PBS.
Wow.
He was on that show.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I like hearing
They all
his
start
voice in
from
the
somewhere.
documentaries. They always have him do it
Mm-hmm.
because it's like
It's
"And
relaxing."
then-" It is. It's just like,
He could be a good narrator.
Mm-hmm.
Ken?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
I don't understand. I never even, to be honest, I didn't know a deep voice was not liked.
Well, maybe he just thought it was
It's like a high commodity.
That is a
That's
hot
what I'm
commodity.
saying.
Everyone-
Right? You'd think.
Yeah,
the people
right?
around him weren't supportive, probably. They thought it was weird.
Maybe,
Or maybe
he
his
had one of the
peers.
deepest
That's what I mean, like
voice.
growing up, they thought it was weird.
Bro, Evan's looking at us like,
Because he
same.
really didn't sing a lot.
Right?
Well, no, wait. Did he? Wait.
No, because they had the karaoke
He-
and they always wanted him to sing.
Right, but like
But
I'm
then
talking
who
about
else?
amongst his peers. Was he more of a dancer first? Ish?
But you hear a low voice and you're automatically like, dude, your voice
Yeah.
is low. That's cool.
Or they're like, ew.
Why'd you say ew to that?
When he talks, he doesn't have that voice,
It's
right?
still lower in register.
Right, but it's not like, maybe no one knew he really had that kind of voice.
He has many different deep voices,
I don't
not
know.
just one.
He does.
I know, right?
Shit.
I can't believe that voice comes out of that cute face. It's
Seriously.
so low. It's like
Well, no, the variety of the deep voices, they're never ending.
And it doesn't. He just hits a different octave.
It's pretty cool, honestly. I feel like whoever doesn't like it,
I'm jealous.
may God help you.
They're jealous. They probably have a squeaky voice and they're just jealous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a mouse can't be a tiger.
That's right.
That's crazy. I'm seriously mind blown about that people didn't like it.
Well, we're just assuming. It just said that he was self-conscious of it.
Well,
And
he
he
has
didn't
to
think
be
it was good.
self-conscious because someone had made a comment.
Yes, that's what we're assuming.
Self-consciousness just doesn't come like that, especially with like something like that. That's really not in your control.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
I feel like something kind of happened for him to be like, I didn't think my voice was good. Because it
Like,
was
what
deep.
could have happened? Casual Chuck, can you let us know?
Anyone, can you let us know?
Casual Chuck sounds like he really knows.
I'm sure they really know too. The teens out there, they probably know.
Okay, can you guys tell us the Hershey's?
I guess you'll laugh.
I'm so sorry. Anyways, this is always so nice to watch these. Honestly,
I know. I feel
love
like
it.
at the end of, at the end of it, I'm ready to fight someone.
I know. I feel so sorry for them.
Right?
Bust them.
But I
Slash some
appreciate them.
tires.
I
Right?
appreciate
We're about to
them a
run
lot.
over those mice.
For real. I'm about to come running over you. No, we're good people. We do not believe in violence. Don't even come for us. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. I don't know why you would say I mean. She doesn't mean anything. We are very good people.
You say that now, but if someone's standing in front of you and starts bashing Ken, you know you're about to
We're
go
not
ham.
going to talk about that.
You know you're about to go ham. I already know you. I'll probably be the one like, don't hit the, oh, no, you're smashing to the ground. Stop, Miriam, stop. Do you need this hammer?
Like I said, don't need this hammer. Like I said, we are very, very good people. We do not believe in violence.
Unless it's a just cause.
We just don't believe in violence. Like, stop listening to her. We are very anti-violence people.
Yes.
We believe
In
in spreading
certain
love.
circumstances. Oh, the camera.
Camera's gone.
Can you put it back on? We just did it one more time. And then because we have to end it. Are you talking about us not being violent?
Anyway, so as I was saying, we are not violent people at all. We're very good people.
Yes. Warriors for justice sometimes, if you want to spin it that way in a different perspective.
Don't listen to her. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. We definitely really enjoyed these and learning more about each and every single one of them. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Oh my God.
Like, comment, subscribe.
She likes saying that.
You're telling me you don't like
The very mousy voice. We should have Ken say it in a deep voice.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Hershey's.
What?
I gotta warm up. Hershey's.
That was even low.
Hershey's.
That's creepy.
Hershey's.
That's like run away, you're possessed.